In this video, we head to one of the most amazing bird spectacles in nature, a greater sage grouse lek. Along the way, we also see some other incredible species and really have some cool encounters throughout this video. Come with me on this journey and let's see what birds we can find. These creatures are so incredible. All right, so we're here at one of the coolest things that you could possibly see in the bird world, and that's a greater sage grouse lek. If you don't know what a lek is, there's a few chicken-like species in the galliforms family, and greater sage grouse make up part of that. A lot of these like prairie chicken type birds have air sacs. All birds have air sacs, but these birds have them where they can inflate them on the outside of their bodies. And so the lek is kind of like a dancing ritual. The males will puff out their chests, fill their air sacs, and make popping noises to attract the females. And typically it's a competition that's taking place here right now. The females will typically only choose one of the males. There's 17 males out here right now. The females are kind of hunkered down and hiding, but this will go on for months. And what's really cool about it is that lek sites are cultural lek sites for these birds. And so they come back to the same spot year after year. And unfortunately, we as humans have really disrupted this species. We've built roads right through the middle of their leks. We've produced oil in the middle of leks. And so it's actually, these birds are in danger of going extinct, and we could lose them in the next couple of decades. So amazing to see them and to appreciate them, but we really need to protect this species. So enjoy these views of the greater sage grouse, and let's see what other birds that we can find today. I'll keep you updated. Much is going to come from this unless they get really close to us. Okay, so harriers I'm not too worried about because it's that male that's hanging around. Golden eagle would ruin our day. I just need like half. Okay, another recording here as well. Dude, imagine your cabin is one of those, and you just have grouse lekking in your front yard. Next to a grouse lek. That's incredible. All right, so it's been amazing to observe these greater sage grouse. Unfortunately, we've had a few disrespectful people rip through down the trail here. We put our hazards on to notify them that to slow down at a minimum. And the first person slowed down and asked us if we were okay. Unfortunately, the next two people behind him just ripped right past us going at least 30, 40 miles an hour. So all the sage grouse, almost all of them, flushed and left and interrupted the lek completely. And that's one of the main issues of why we're disrupting this creature's cultural courtship displays, is because people don't care about nature and respect nature around them, and they just rip right through. We even warned the first guy that there were greater sage grouse, and basically he just shrugged and moved on. So what's really amazing is out to my right are lekking sharp-tailed grouse. I can't see them, but we can hear them. And then we have chucker behind us as well. Again, can't see the chucker, but we can hear them. So, and we heard a ring-necked pheasant. So we are just surrounded by galliforms right now in this field, and it's been an incredible day so far of birding. Stay tuned, because next week we're actually going to a dedicated sharp-tailed grouse lek where we should be able to see some really good views of sharp-tailed grouse. Make sure you subscribe. But in the meantime, just enjoy the rest of these views of whatever we end up seeing on camera. We're not done birding for the day. There's a few other things that we might want to stop and see. I don't know, but I'll keep you updated. The beeping car. Yeah, I was like, maybe I shouldn't record yet. Beep, beep, beep. All right, so certainly not the best views I've ever gotten of sage grouse before, but always a treat to see them. That's going to be our sage grouse views for 2026, unless something crazy happens, right? Like, you never know if, you know, we run into some more. This isn't like, the known lek sites aren't the only place to find them, but certainly a good experience. I really wish those people didn't rip through the middle of the road, because we basically had the whole lek to ourselves for the last 10-20 minutes. But we'll see if our Prius, Daxton's Prius I should say, can get out of this situation of a dirt road that we're on. We ended up seeing the sharp-tailed grouse for a brief second. Some of them flew up into the air and we were able to see them. But again, if you want to see great views of sharp-tailed grouse, you should never guarantee anything in birding, but the last couple years that I've gone to this sharp-tailed grouse lek, we've gotten some incredible views of those birds. So subscribe, because next week we're heading to that lek. I don't know if it'll be the next video out, but you'll see it here shortly. So stick with me. Let's see what birds we can find today. We headed off down the dirt road in search of some more species. We quickly slammed on the brakes when we saw this sandhill crane eating out in a field. These birds are absolutely incredible. They'll even paint their own feathers with that iron tinted mud, and I don't know, there's just something ancient and prehistoric about them. We also saw an iconic species, the red-winged blackbird, perched up and defending its territory. These birds arrive early in the summer and they're very aggressive about having territories. Up on the hillside was this adult bald eagle, an absolutely beautiful bird. These raptors are obviously the national bird and just officially called so just a couple years ago, and they're so fun to watch, especially when they're feeding on things. All right, so that was one of the craziest drives that I've been on in a long time. We only got a few of the species that we heard on camera, but wow, what a cool variety of birds on this drive. We're now on this trail here at Hardware Ranch. I've been here once to see elk. Let's see what birds we can find as we head down this walking path. All right, so we're heading back down the canyon now. I lied to you. We're not going on a hike. It ended up being like straight uphill, and I wasn't looking forward to doing something like that. So we ended up picking up a new species though for the year, I believe, wild turkey. There was a big turkey, male turkey, big tom, I guess is what the hunting community calls them, out in this field, and a whole bunch of females surrounding it. So this has just been a galliforms day. We've seen some of the coolest galliform creatures that you could possibly ask for, all in one morning. Birding's not over yet though. We do have some more places that we want to go, but yeah, stopping at Hardware Ranch was incredible. The views were absolutely beautiful, and we even picked up a pine siskin up in the tree as well. So a few species there, including those wild turkeys. Very amazing to see those birds. I was hoping to see some of those today because I hadn't seen them yet so far this year. So let's see what other birds we can find today as we head down this canyon. A dusky grouse, mountain lion, a flock. All right, so now we're at Hiram Reservoir. We saw some incredible birds already today going down Blacksmith Fork Canyon, and we're trying to pick up just some new early arrivals. Spring migration is here. There's a ton of new birds to be found. We saw so many cool galliforms today, now that we can access the non-snowy or muddy roads and head into those higher hill areas. But here, we're looking for a few birds. Red-breasted merganser, any tern species that might be early on the year, potential new gull species. We have picked up Franklin's gull this year. I haven't got it on camera though. I just heard a pheasant. That's funny. There's pheasants all over this county, but let's see what birds we can find. Daxton's obviously got the scope back here for us, so let's see what's out there. All right, so just utilizing the scope over here, we were able to pick out the common loon. So new bird, maybe for the year, actually. That's pretty awesome to pick up common loon. We also picked up the red-breasted mergansers. Unfortunately, they're so far out there that I can't even capture them on camera. So here's some clips of the common loon. It actually swam past a boat that's out there, I believe, fishing. There's nothing else someone would be out there doing right now. It's too windy. And they didn't even look at it. It swam right past them. They didn't even care. One of the coolest birds on the planet, and they're just like, meh, cool duck. Not a duck. Anyways, we're gonna head over to this other dock over here because there's a massive flock of gulls. And we wanna pick through the gulls, try to pick out a Bonaparte's gull. Franklin's gulls are gonna be moving into the area. We've seen a couple so far. Ring-billed gulls are obviously here all the time, California gulls, and we still don't have American herring gull for the county this year, so let's see what else we can find today. All right, so we're at another stop here on Hiram Dam, and we've just been scanning through a whole bunch of gulls. Most of those happen to be California gulls, which is the state bird of Utah, if you didn't know. But then we also picked up some Franklin's gulls briefly. They took off right when I was trying to film them, which is pretty typical of birds in general. But yeah, some Franklin's gulls, new species on the channel for the year. Did see them a few weeks ago or a week ago, but finally got them on the channel for you guys. So really cool gull species with a black head. And then we also got closer views. There's a loon just right down below us over here. So closer views of a common loon. Oh, tree swallows flying over. Amazing. What's also really cool is we picked up some red-tailed hawks, having a good time together. So I'll put that up on screen for you guys to watch as well. Pretty cool behavior to observe just in the tree over here as well. And yeah, it's just been an incredible day of birding. We've picked up pretty much everything that we'd possibly want to see. We've just had a good time with a few surprises as well. With those galliforms, with the sharp-tailed grouse, for example. Wasn't expecting that, really. And hearing the chucker as well. Wasn't expecting those. I don't know if we have more stops after this, but if we do, I'll keep you updated. Stay tuned. Let's see what else we can find. And now we're going to head to one more location, which is Bud Phelps Wildlife Management Area. There's a wide range of targets that we have there, including 3 species of swallow, loggerhead shrike, and a few other species as well. So let's head out there and see if we can pick up these birds. We have a few targets out here. Loggerhead shrike is probably one of the top targets. It's a difficult bird to find in my home county, here in Cache County. We are racing against the clock though. The storm is coming and none of my gear can really take a big hit of rain. So we're gonna try to get out and back before the rain hits. But let's see what birds we can find here at Bud Phelps. There was an American bittern sighted here just about a couple weeks ago. So hopefully we could pick up that bird. I've never seen one before. I've only heard them. Let's see what we can find. All right, so we haven't been as successful as we wanted to be because this storm moved in really, really quickly. And all these birds are hunkering down. We're in a wide open field and we just heard thunder. Not an ideal spot to be the tallest objects in about a 200-yard radius in every direction. So we're heading back to the car now, and also we want to avoid the rain. But before that, we did pick up a new species for the year, a brewer's sparrow. Very cool to pick up that bird. In fact, we didn't see that bird reported here. It might be the first one in Cache County this year, so not sure on that, but it would be cool if it was. So brewer's sparrow, and then we also checked out the heron rookery back there. And there's now herons occupying the rookery. We weren't sure the last time we came, which was a couple months ago, when we got the American tree sparrows here, but they're there now. That's amazing to see. You always love to see birds building up nests and all of the good stuff that make birds thrive into the future. So we're gonna head back to the car. If we see anything interesting, I'll let you know, and I'll see you in a minute. It's windy out here today. Better get back to the car before we get struck by lightning. Vámonos.